Here are 14 things that will change your life in 2023. Now, they're kind of different, they're kind of unusual, so hear me out, but I will be sticking to some specific categories in our life, like health, productivity, money and finances, people and relationships, and some specific small habits, because small habits lead to big changes. The first category I'm talking about is health, because health is our wealth. I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that, because who cares if you have a nice house, a fancy car, a lot of money in the bank? If you are unhealthy, it doesn't even matter. So the first thing that I think you should try, just humor me and try it, is waking up and getting daylight into your eyes. It's actually pretty easy. It's kind of fun. You just wake up, maybe drink some coffee, sit by a window, and simply get daylight into your eyes. It actually increases the cortisol levels by 50%, which is a good thing in the morning because it gives you energy for the day, it boosts your immune system, and it actually sets an internal clock to then fall asleep 14 to 16 hours later. Number 2, in the morning, a lot of us will then proceed into taking a shower. Now, I feel like I have so much I want to say about this because this truly has been life-changing for me. I've been very vocal about the importance of using clean products because it goes right into your body, like through your skin, which is our largest organ. So I've been testing out these Scene products for months now, okay? And I've seen the biggest difference in a specific area. So these are really clean products. I started with the body wash first. A little goes a long way. So I've had this a long time. This will last you a long time, but it's so good. And then I love that so much I got the shampoo and conditioner, which just leaves your hair so silky smooth. It is fragrance free. You can get it lightly scented, but hear me out. This is why I saw such a big change. I've teamed up with them for this video. I got a discount for you guys. It's Shea 20 for 20% off, by the way. I'll have them linked down below. A Harvard dermatologist designed and formulated these to not clog your pores because so many people don't realize that the reason you have acne or you have acne on your chest is because you're using shampoos and conditioners and body washes that like run down your body and then clogs pores. And I struggled with that for years. In fact, there's actual like clips that I've found and like where it's like an open back on my dress and you can kind of see the acne peeking through, but I always would have to put makeup on my back because it was kind of not good. Now here I am in the shower, my back is completely cleared up and I'm telling you it's because of these. So not only do I feel good about just the fact that these are like good ingredients, it works really well, but also it's not clogging up our pores. It's just healthy for our bodies. It's just a simple change that you can make, but really I just thoroughly enjoy using these products. Just some quick stats before we move on because I feel like that can be really helpful. They did do some clinical studies and 70% of people that started using these products saw an improvement in their body acne. And then 93% of people saw an improvement in their scalp health. And then 59% of people that started using the shampoo and conditioner saw a reduction in breakage. So the products really do work and I love using them. I will have them linked down below along with my code SHEA20 for 20% off site-wide actually. They have even more products, but these are what I've been using and testing long enough to really want to recommend to you guys. Number 3 is drinking more water. I know, again, hear me out. This can be life-changing because I'm going to teach you a better way to think about it and make it easier. So you only have to drink half your body weight in ounces. I feel like right now, everyone's just like, drink so much water. Like, I feel like you like drown yourself in how much water you feel. Like, you feel overwhelmed. It's just half your weight in ounces. So I weigh 115 pounds, divide that by 2, around 57 or 58 ounces per day is my goal. Now to make it fun, just have a good selection of water bottles. Now this is all the rage right now, this darn Stanley 40-ounce tumbler with a handle. I mean, my goodness, I think they're finally back in stock. I can link them below. I've tested out cheaper versions. I really do actually like this and enjoy using it. I also have like the big water jugs that, motivate you throughout the day to drink more water. That's kind of fun and motivating for a little while. And then I get bored with that and I just kind of flip-flop between different water bottles and it just keeps me going. The next very simple change that you can start today in the health department is taking every opportunity to walk. And what I mean by that is stop finding the closest parking spot and just park and then walk into Target or walk into the mall. This is such an easy, simple change. And my personal favorite is actually not taking the elevator and taking the stairs. I mean, I purposely choose this almost every time, and I will run up or kind of like jog up the stairs. And I know it's not fully exercising, but if you add up all of this time, I mean, it's kind of like a big change. Now moving into the actual wealth department, okay? Because I just said health is wealth. Now this would be more like actual financial and money changes you can make in 2023, starting with the 50-30-20 rule. Now, if you've never heard of this, I think it's something to definitely keep in mind. It's using 50% of your income to go towards essentials like groceries, toilet paper, that kind of stuff. 30% of your income goes towards wants, like you want a new sweater, you want some new shoes, and then 20% of your income goes towards savings. Now, I personally am of the belief you should actually switch those last two numbers and put 30% towards savings and 20% towards your wants in life. Now, granted, times are tough right now. There are so many people watching this video, I think, that don't even have any income left over to put towards wants or savings. But I guess this is just something to keep in mind. If you can do that, savings are just like, especially emergency savings, is just so important. And this is definitely a really good change you can try to implement this year. Now, I feel like this next financial tip or strategy to change, some people are just gonna completely disagree with me, but I would just, again, encourage you to consider it for this upcoming year, and it's just to pay off your debts. I see so many people who get like a tax refund or they get a bonus, and rather than paying off their car loan or paying off their credit card debt, they feel as though they deserve to buy a new car or just, you know, and I feel like you don't really deserve that until you pay off your debts. And I completely am aware that certain debts can be used as a tool to make more money, but I feel like people use that idea too much and they lean on that too much when really they're just in debt and they just need to pay off their debts. And so I feel like that's just like a simple little change. Whenever you get some extra money that you're not expecting, put it towards your debt. My philosophy, and this is the way I've been living basically my whole life, if I can't buy something in cash, I don't buy it. Next, let's move into the people and relationships category, which is another very important category. These are just little changes. They make a big difference. Start by greeting your spouse when they walk in the door, or better yet, when you wake up in the morning, wherever they are, sometimes people don't wake up at the same time, beeline and give them a hug. I started doing this like 6 months ago. God love my husband. He wakes up like 15 minutes before me and he packs the kids' lunches every morning. It's glorious. But every morning I wake up and no matter where he is, I give him a hug. He actually gives me a big hug. And it's just like really boosted our relationship. It's just those little changes. Another thing that I want to share with you, I feel like this could just like change your perspective, kind of like change your reality. I saw this graphic a few weeks ago and it shows the years we think we have with people versus reality of like the actual number of times we'll see them. And that's just like so fascinating to me because like for our parents, you know, like I expect I have probably 20 or 30 years left with them. But like, how many times will I actually see them? And same with grandparents, same with friends. We just think of years, which can be kind of like, oh, that's a lot. But if you don't see them that often, especially if you live in another city or whatever, if you add up the number of times that you'll actually see them, that's not that much, really. So it's just, I wanted to share that with you to maybe start seeing the people you love a little bit more, or at least make the time a little more meaningful when you do see them. Next, I would encourage you guys to pick one day a week with no electronics. And let me tell you, I know this is hard. I've not done this completely yet, but I've done this certain days. And every day that I do it, I'm just like, wow, I need to do this more often. Like once a week, I should just pick Sundays where I stop scrolling, I put my phone down. And also I want to make it clear, I really do think I'm pretty good about if the kids are around, I'm not on my phone. But still throughout the day, I'll see my phone, I'll pick it up, I'll check my emails, I'll start scrolling. Maybe I'll jump on my laptop for 20 minutes or so. And it's just like always keeping my head space like in a million places. So if you just say no to electronics once a week, not only is that better for the relationships in your life, like especially your immediate family, but it's also good for you in just like mental clarity, just less stress. you enjoy your day more. It's just something that I feel like everyone should at least try. Now this one's not so nice. I feel like all of the other little changes are warm and fuzzy. This one not so much. Just start saying no to people, okay? I know this whole point is about, developing your relationships with the important people in your life, but at the same time, this one's a little selfish. Sometimes we're just pulled in too many different directions and we feel overwhelmed. And I feel like this is I'm giving you permission. You should just say no to parties or events or get-togethers or things that you really just don't feel like you have the capacity to do, but you feel obligated. I just think that you should say no. If you feel overwhelmed in life, just do what you can do, and that's okay. Now, if you feel overwhelmed in life, let's talk about productivity next, because there are some different changes you can make to still be productive and feel less overwhelmed, starting with a simple top 3 list. Okay, every morning, wake up and physically write down the top 3 things you want to accomplish that day. 3 things is manageable, guys. That if you just want to focus on those 3 things, you can definitely do that. Now, what I like to do is write my top 3 things, and then I will write a subset of additional things that if I get to accomplish those 2, bonus, yay, win for the day. If I don't, no big deal. But that actually leads me to the next suggestion or change you can try to implement, and it's actually a Mark Twain quote. Eat the frog first thing in the morning. So that was his quote. And what does that mean, you might ask? It means eat the frog, which is your biggest, most challenging, most difficult task first thing in the morning. Get it out of the way. I used to say in these productivity videos that I would post, some people are more productive in the morning, some people are more productive at night. And that's, I guess, true, but I really think if you just knock the worst thing of your day out at the beginning, you are left feeling so accomplished for the rest of your day. You're in a better mood, you feel productive. It just leads to much better things. And I've tried both ways. So I would definitely say eat the frog first thing in the morning. Now let's move into habits, because these are really important. And I feel like a lot of times people don't like the word habits, and I get that because it's kind of negative. It just sounds overwhelming, to be honest. You have to do this every day, but that's really what leads to big changes. When you do these little things every day, it just adds up to a drastic change. So I have some specific tricks to make this way easier. So the first would be habit trackers. Okay, so I've shared actual physical ones before, and I'm gonna share a few here now that are just from Amazon. They're just so inexpensive. One of them's pretty small, one's more medium that you can actually stick in your purse, and then another one's actually pretty large, and it's the one I like the most. I just keep it on my desk, and I would say start out with very few habits that you want to change. Drinking more water would be one of them. I actually started oil pulling recently, which is a thing with my mouth. I'm not gonna go into the benefits of that, but it's something I wanna do every day. There just can be things that you wanna do every day, and every time you accomplish them, you just fill in a little square. And it just motivates you to keep going and not break the chain. Now, if you break the chain, it's okay. Look, this visual still gives you a really good indication that you're making progress. Now, those particular habit trackers are great for people that are more hands-on, they like paper. If you're somebody that just likes things more electronic, there are actual habit tracker apps to consider. One is actually called Habit Tracker, and it's just free. You can download it. It's really great. You can always have access to it on your phone. There's also, just FYI, a really good electronic planner that's totally free you can download. It's called Structured. I don't personally like it just because I am more of a hands-on. I like to write in my planner, but one of my friends swears by this app, and it's totally free. So those are the tools to kind of keep you going, see your progress. But now I want to share some little hacks to actually make this easier, and that is called habit stacking. Game changer, guys. Life changing. Think about it. You can do it in so many ways. Just think about it in things that you already do every day. So for example, I make coffee every morning. I started habit stacking, where you take another habit and you add it on to something you're already doing every day, which is drinking water. So I make my coffee and I chug a glass of water. I do it every morning, and it has made me so much more consistent with drinking more water. I take a shower every day. I've now added a habit to that where I will oil pull. I'll take coconut oil and I'll swish it through my mouth. It's great for bad breath. It's great for your teeth and your gums. And it's just I'm already taking a shower. I add another habit to it, and boom, I'm very consistent now with oil pulling. I also brush my teeth every day. I've turned into, I brush my teeth, I take my vitamins right after. I habit stack. It is such a good life-changing trick. So those are 14 things in a lot of different categories that can change your life in 2023. And you don't have to do everything, but I hope this gave you some inspiration. I will also have Scene linked down below along with my code SHEA20 for 20% off site-wide. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.